Okay, in this video, we're going to look at a basic structure for writing task 2. This is the essay from both the general training and academic IELTS tests. You can use this basic structure for both tests. Why is this important? Well, it's all about task achievement. You need to address the task. This means answering the task, answering the question directly. You also need to present a clear position throughout your essay, from your introduction through to your main bodies, the main body paragraphs, and right through to the conclusion. There are 5 different tasks that you may encounter on the test. Sometimes there are slight variations of these, but these are the basic ones. Agree or disagree, advantages and disadvantages, 2 points of view and give your own, problem solution, or occasionally you get given 2 questions. Here is a question from the grade website. I would like you to read this question and then see if you can identify what task it is. Okay, if you identified this as a problem solution essay, well done. I think the key is in the question itself, where it asks you what problems are associated with this and what are some possible solutions. Now, one thing I would like to point out, with problem solution essays, you're often given some background. And in this case, it tells us global warming is one of the biggest threats humans face in the 21st century, and sea levels are continuing to rise at alarming rates. So the background here is global warming and the threat that it poses to humans. What we're asked to specifically focus on are rising sea levels. And that's confirmed when it tells us, or when it asks us, what problems are associated with this. This being rising sea levels. So always check what you need to focus on, particularly in problem solution essays. The first thing we're going to look at is the introduction and how to structure the introduction. One way to think about this is 3 P's: paraphrase, preview, and position. So you can see how I've color-coded that. We always have to paraphrase. Whatever essay we get, we need to reword the statement we're given. So, global warming is one of the biggest threats humans face in the 21st century, and sea levels are continuing to rise at alarming rates. You can see in blue how I've paraphrased that. Then, I preview the focus of this essay. In orange, this essay will explore some of the issues related to rising sea levels before arguing that. So I have a complex sentence by using that. But also, I really like to use the word arguing because that highlights to the examiner that my position, which in this case are the solutions, my position is coming next. You can see that in green. The construction of more seawalls and the evacuation of people in the most at-risk areas are the best answers to this problem. So, with a problem solution essay, your position, which you need to have throughout your essay, should be stated. Okay, I want to look at how you can structure introductions for the other essay types. Agree or disagree, paraphrase first. Then, I strongly recommend make your position either totally agreeing or totally disagreeing with the statement you're given. You need to have a clear position. Probably the best way to do this is just to totally agree or totally disagree. Even if it doesn't match your own opinion, the examiner is looking at your content. The examiner is focusing on your position, not so much the content. Then to preview your main points, you can use the expression in particular. Then give the 2 main points, maybe 3, that you're going to explore in each of your main body paragraphs. For advantages and disadvantages, paraphrase again at the beginning, always paraphrase first. And here's a nice expression you can use to state your position. Again, even on advantages and disadvantages essays, you need to have a position. In this case, I'm going to say this essay will demonstrate that the upsides of the topic outweigh the downsides. Now, it may be the other way around, and it's simple. Just remember, on advantages and disadvantages, your position will be there are more advantages or there are more disadvantages. Then, to preview my main points, I like to use another complex sentence. While, then I'm going to list the downsides in this case. followed by the main points of the upsides. So a nice complex sentence to introduce my main points that I'm going to explore in the main body paragraphs. 2 points of view and give your own. Paraphrase again. Then here's a sentence which I strongly recommend you memorize. This essay will explore both positions before arguing that, then the main points of your position. Now, here is the difference with the 2 points of view and give your own from agree or disagree. You're going to have 2 statements to explore. What I recommend is that you have an alternative opinion. So, in main body paragraph 1, talk about the first view and explain why people have that view. Main body paragraph 2, talk about the second view and why other people take that position. Then have an alternative position which you can talk about your own position, your own point of view in main body paragraph 3. This will ensure that you don't lose points for being repetitive. The problem solution structure we've already explored, but I want you to note the similarity between the 2 points of view and give your own structure and the wording of the preview. Finally, if you do get a 2 questions essay, you should probably consider yourself quite lucky. You're just going to answer the questions. Usually it's the second question which you're going to spend more time on. Okay, let's have a look at an overall structure for the essay. It is going to vary slightly, so later I want to release more videos to explore each of the individual essay types. But in this case, we're going to talk about a problem solution essay. Again, the introduction, the 3 P's, paraphrase, position, and preview. Then, in main body paragraph 1, we're going to explore the problems associated with rising sea levels. Then, we're going to offer a solution, solution A, in main body paragraph 2. And then, in main body paragraph 3, we're going to offer another solution. It's very important that we do offer more than one solution because it tells us. So, what problems are associated with this and what are some possible solutions? Finally, with the conclusion, paraphrase your position, which are what you think are the best solutions, and then give a recommendation. I'm going to explore the conclusion a little later in this video. Topic sentences, very important. So, we're going to use these in our main body paragraph to link back to our position. Again, we need to have a clear position throughout, and topic sentences let us do that. They show the examiner that you're addressing all parts of the task, and it just helps us to logically organize the information. So, I've written some topic sentences as examples. I'll let you read these. Hopefully you can see that my topic sentences are quite simple and clear. Again, I just want everything, these main sentences, to be clear. So, several major issues have arisen due to the increase in the levels of the sea. I'm paraphrasing rising sea levels there. A really short and simple topic sentence for main body paragraph 2. One solution could be to build seawalls. And in the third one, for the third main body paragraph, a more permanent answer is to relocate individuals who, here is a complex sentence, live in places that are most affected by rising sea levels. So hopefully those topic sentences are very clear about what each paragraph is going to focus on, and they link back to the introduction. The conclusion. As I mentioned, I would tell you more about this. Just begin every conclusion with a simple, cohesive device in conclusion. There's no reason to use any other introduction to your conclusion. Then, paraphrase your position. I strongly recommend giving a recommendation of your own in the conclusion. You can do this usually with an if sentence or a when sentence. If you use an if sentence, this means you should take an unreal hypothetical view. So for example, if I was the government, sometimes you might use a when sentence. This would be a real situation which you've experienced. But it's really important to remember you do need a conclusion. You'll lose points without one. So a little tip, If you are running out of time, maybe reduce some of the content of a main body paragraph and then write a conclusion. The way I recommend doing a conclusion with an if statement, it means that you're going to avoid repetition. So, example, here it is. I'll let you read this. So you can see I've paraphrased my position, which in this case, in a problem solution essay, it is what I think the best solutions are. So, in conclusion, the danger to humanity from rising sea levels is a very serious one and it must be addressed, right? So I'm saying to the examiner that I know it's a problem and I'm going to address it. I give the detail here where I imagine I'm a government. If I was a government, I would build seawalls to protect citizens in coastal regions, and I would allocate funds for new housing for those that need to be removed from frequently flooded areas. So, in a way, we can think about the conclusion, the first sentence as being more general, and then the if sentence, where I imagine I'm the government, offering some more detail. So, just to recap, make your position simple and clear in every paragraph. That's stated on the band descriptors. With your introductions, remember the 3 Ps. Also review the differences for the different tasks that I've given at the start of this video. Link all your topic sentences to your introduction. And paraphrase your position and practice giving recommendations with an if sentence in your conclusions. So, jump onto grade and see how well you have structured your essay. Practice until you are confident.